14 open models, ranked by someone who actually runs them, not a press kit. 4 bonus, 10 that matter if they keep shipping. We start at the bottom. Soft feelings optional. 0x Cero posted the order. GLM over Kimi over DeepSeek, all the way down to Ling. Ran every single one except Inkling, that one by API. This is not a vibes chart. This is a serve chart. That is our countdown. 14. Ling. Ants Inclusion AI Line. A trillion open parameters for code, math, and pretty front ends. MIT, self-host, the whole late 2025 flex. People still use it for UI generation and compliance text. The meta moved 6 times since. The graveyard of last year's headlines still gets a number. 13. GPT-OSS. OpenAI's Apache weights, function calling, browsing, Python tools, sized to fit a single H100. Enterprises yank it for on-prem and air gaps. Governments like the brand DNA without the metered API. And no, it is not GPT 5.6 Sol in a trench coat. Real open souvenir. 13th on a list that does not care about your logo. 12. Inkling. Mira Murati's lab. 975 billion. Multimodal Apache 2. Not sold as the smartest chatbot. Sold as the base you fine-tune on Tinker until it becomes your model. Voice agents. Domain low RA. Databricks day 0. Strongest US Open in several July tallies. 12th on this hands-on list. That gap is the story. 11 High 3. Tencent. Co-designed with WorkBuddy and CodeBuddy. The apps are the gym. Docs, scripts, front-end, multi-tool office chaos. Task success up, tokens down. They claim roughly half the burn of GLM on slide decks. People ship WeChat mini programs with it in an afternoon. Outside the top 10, inside the products. Number 10. MiMo V2.5 Pro. Xiaomi. Trillion parameters, MIT. Million token context. Drop it into Claude Code, Open Code, Kilo, and it will grind 1,000 tool calls without tapping out. Community demos, full video editors, compiler courses, hours of autonomy. 10th is not an insult. 10th is welcome to the blood sport. 9. Nex N2 Pro. Shanghai Alliance. Did not pre-train the universe. Post-trained Qwen 3.5 into agentic thinking. Plan, code, tool, debug, repeat. Their harness splits a product into 100 RFCs and parallelizes the build. OpenClaw one-person company energy. Remix that ships. 8. Nemotron 3 Ultra. NVIDIA. Long-running enterprise agents. Plan, call tools, recover, repeat. Perplexity roots on it. Palantir and CrowdStrike put it on Ops and Cyber. ServiceNow, CodeRabbit, the CAD vendors, the GreenStacks house wine. Not the tasting menu flex, the bottle on every table that already bought the GPUs. 7. Laguna S 2.1. Poolside. 8 billion active, and Hugging Face's Thomas Wolfe called it maybe the best coding model you can run locally on a single DGX Spark or Mac. Multi-hour terminal agents. Published every eval trajectory. Trained in under 9 weeks. Efficiency is how you embarrass a trillion parameter ego. 6. Gemma 4. Google, Apache 2 after the community yelled, phone agents, Raspberry Pi, Workstation 31 billion, 50 million downloads in the launch blur, private co-pilots that never phone home. The data center emperors can keep the parameter cosplay. This one runs in your pocket and your basement. 5. MiniMax M3. Native text, image, and video. Million token context. Coding plus co-work. Some boards crowned it number 1 open overall. Hands-on, 5th. Build the multimodal agent. Then read the community license like an adult. Revenue thresholds and branding clauses are not vibes. 4. Qwen. Alibaba. The platform half the open world quietly stands on. 27 billion on 1 GPU. 35 billion MoE with 3 billion active for local coding. 397 billion bases that Nex and friends post-train. VLLM, Olama, Unsloth, the plumbing. Crowning 1 max preview is easy. Ranking Qwen means ranking the floor. 3. DeepSeek V4 Pro. 1.6 trillion total, 49 billion active. Cheap enough that companies rebuilt their unit economics around it. Flash for the flood, Pro for the hard problems, repo migrations, batch documents, agent loops that do not bankrupt you. Lost a temporary crown on some indexes, still podium. Open as a pricing strategy. 2. Kimi K3, Moonshot, 2.8 trillion. Took front-end code arena, 15-hour unattended kernel ops, community stunts that look like science fiction, cached input at 30 cents so agent loops do not set fire to the budget. Also, verbose, proactive, sometimes loops. Moonshot admits the UX gap to Sol and Fable. Closest open model to the closed frontier. Almost number one. Almost is a knife. Number 1. GLM 5.2 Z.AI. Point Claude Code, Cursor, Klein Open Code at it. Open AI compatible MIT million token context. The 80% of coding agents that is implementation, tests, refactors. Hybrid shops keep the expensive frontier for architecture and let GLM grind. LED downloadable opens on independent indexes. Hands-on first from the people who serve it. And yes, this channel uses GLM 5.2 to research, script, and ship these videos, so you get the latest news looking this good. Wear the crown in public. Someone is already training the theft. Zoom out. 7 of the top 10 Chinese labs. 3 American, Google, Poolside, NVIDIA. Bonus reels still China heavy, with thinking machines and OpenAI waving the flag from 12th and 13th. Open weights are not a hobby aisle. They are a map. Europe is not on it. Top 10 go far if they keep publishing. That was the verdict. The gap to closed frontier is a handful of index points and one quiet quarter. Crowns flip, weights drop. Subscribe if you want the next coronation the week it happens, not the week the press kit arrives. If you want the next crown flip the week the weights drop, hit like, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell. I will see you in the next one.